you may have to monopolize their time. What's going on with the other person over there? It's a lot of, I mean, bottom line is there's a lot of help in this country, I've come to realize, but it's a lot of personal issues. You got to, and the other thing is, look, if I go somewhere to get some benefits, but I don't ask the right question, am I going to get it? My answer is no. Because nobody tells you anything more than
what you ask.
You ask. And it's like, well, why do I need to? Well, I'm a human being who seems struggling, and it seemed to me that it might be a good idea for you to tell me a few other things so that it could be of help to me. But, well, and you know, it doesn't work. You know, another thing I found out, it's so interesting. You're working in a situation where there's a manager for a company or whatever. My working partner and I have a problem. I get a feeling my friend and I should be able to work it out without bringing the management in. What I find in a number of situations is, instead of the person coming to me and saying, look, Joe, you and I have a problem, let's talk about it, they take you up to the manager, who tell the manager all the details about you, and then the manager brings you in, sometimes even without bringing in the other person. And not even, like, in some cases they not even bring you in, like, or they ask you, so what's going on between you and Joe? And it's like, why are you asking me about Joe? Well, Joe told me that. Oh, well, why didn't Joe talk to me about that? And I'm beginning to realize that that's how the system is. The system is, the managers are there, it's like they are the ones who have all the answers. I may not agree with that. I guess that's part of the reason why a lot of people strive towards having their own business, so they can become managers too.
So they can be the ones talking about other people.
That's right. So that they can have power, because that's what it, to me, it boils down to be. Is like, it's all about who has the answers and who gets it. And you know, it's kind of funny that there are times when there are people who are that kind of situation, because I've been hurt. I think I've been hurt by that already. Where I was working at a particular place, and I shared with the people who were supposed to be my managers, bosses. You know, I was working as a youth person in charge of a church, but I'm older. Okay, and I realized that my cultural differences was making we were going to do some things that I'm not necessarily understanding. And I remember saying to the person, well, maybe it's a good idea if you get somebody to work with me so that we can work together. They went ahead, based on my ideas, and employed somebody. And since we live in a state, and it seems like it's all over the America now, where we are at will, they employed somebody else, came back and told me, I'm sorry, don't even bother to take care of this person anymore. They employed somebody. And when I spoke to another person who was supposed to be my a bigger boss, he turned to me and said, what's so hard about that? He's like, what's so hard about that? I'm in charge of this thing, you're going to employ somebody else. It seems to me like it'd be fair to tell me before you do it that, look, give me some kind of hint as that, because it's going to affect my pay. Bottom line is, you're wiping out a part of my work, you're going to put somebody else, you're going to wipe out some of my pay. I mean, that was so unethical. And then, because there's no union involvement, I have nobody to turn to. I tell you, man, that was a hard piece for me. I was very angry about it. And but what could I do? The whole attitude of at will. I mean, yeah, talk about some of that stuff. Talk about commitment to places where businesses, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about business.
Yeah.
The needs of this other person is kind of just fringes. And so we just shut this place down, fire these people, let them loose. It's like, well, you're on your own, survive. and we just want to move stuff on. Where is the? I know it to me is like, yeah, it's just money, man. It's just, it hurts me. I mean, I see some people get laid off, people who have spent the years committing themselves to this place, and it's like, bye.
Just like that.
Bye. You didn't think about how are we going to help this person. So yeah, you're going to get some compensation. You can go down and get, if you're not working, you can go get the stuff. How quickly is all that going to come to? And what would be the difference if we had taken time to talk to the person, you know what I mean? Share with them what's happening, how is it we're going to do things, bring them into part of this stuff. Is like, it seems to me that the whole matter, and then we talk about how workers are not committed. That's part of it. People can't be committed to something when you're not committed to them. It's a two-way street. It's you. If you really want to care for me, I'll care for you. And I think a lot of workers really want to care about the organization that they work with. But they realize the organization does not care about them.
Without them.
And so what they do is find a job, don't tell you, bye. And you say, well, it's like, oh, well, we have another person, we get somebody else to do the job. Yeah, it's all the money. It's like, all money, man. Where is it? I guess you understand, part of me is I grew up in a community where people cared for each other. And I try to adjust, and that's why I say that if a person's coming to the United States, they're better off coming younger. Because at that age, they learn what it's all about. They learn that even though we talk about community, it's whatever you interpret community to mean, it means that you must take care of yourself. And down the line, nobody's going to take care of you. You got to take care of yourself, which sometimes is hard. So, yeah. And hey, you want to talk about something else? We touched on it before. It's just that I still struggle with the whole idea of where are we going to be in terms of our racial blending? How are we going to, what do we have in place to work out this kind of situation? I don't want to be kind of saying that our forefathers did things that were wrong and then we need to have it up on them. Yeah, we have gone past that, in my opinion. But is justice being done to bring other people in on a deliberate effort? For example, in some places, who gets the job?